It's the 2K Sports pregame show, presented by Kia.
Hello, everybody. Ernie Johnson here with Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. Great to have you with us on 2K Sports. In this game, we'll see the Chicago Bulls against the Philadelphia 76ers. For Philadelphia, they come into tonight's game after a loss to Memphis. That game was high scoring. Tonight, they'll need to be better defensively. And Jimmy Butler's slowly but surely proving that he can be a leader for a winning team. Question for you, Shaq. Is he the best two-way shooting guard in the league right now?
Incredible defense, Ernie. He can guard several positions with his length. Offensively, he took things to another level last year, and yes, he can take over the games, and yes, Chicago belongs to him.
Question for you, Shaq. Is he the best two-way shooting guard in the league right now? Answer the question.
He's one of them. He's probably two.
Oh, if he
second guy.
He's second guy. Would you say my guy Klay Thompson is one?
I would have to agree with you.
Okay, if he's one, then that's I think defensively, I would say that Butler is a little bit better, but offensively, Klay Thompson's a lot better.
I agree with you, Kenneth Edward Smith.
Thank you. Why Edward?
Edward, that's your middle name?
I don't have a middle name.
Oh, I'm sorry.
All right.
You do now. Now let's send it to Kevin Harlan. In fact, Kevin Edward Harlan, as we approach the tip.
You don't have a...
That's beautiful. A view of the stunning and historic City Hall. Welcome, everyone, to our broadcast here in Philadelphia. It's game time in Philadelphia as the crowds at Wells Fargo Center look to cheer on the 76ers. Kevin Harlan here along with analysts Greg Anthony and Steve Smith. And we'll be hearing from D.A. along the sideline all game long. This game marks the end of a road trip for Chicago. They're looking to snag one here before heading back home. And, of course, Tiago's splitter. And now's the time where he's getting settled during these first few games with the new team.
And speaking of the trade, I spoke to him earlier, and, man, was he excited about getting the opportunity at a fresh start. He thinks he'll be able to get them to that next level, and I'm sure that's what their thought process was when they made the deal.
And we've got time for a quick pregame report. With that being said, let's head to the sideline and our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. D.A.?
Well, Brett Brown last season received an extension on his contract as head coach of the 76ers. It's been an uphill battle through the first 3 seasons of his tenure in Philly, but Brown has faith. He said, "We have started something extremely difficult, but it's going to end up extremely special. I see great things. I see daylight." Kevin?
Thanks, David. He's paid his dues. He deserves to see it through. And both these teams like to get out and run the floor, Smitty. We should be in for a real treat here.
Yeah, you love it, watching these two fast, great teams, Kevin. Both teams getting out and running. That's what I want to see.
Yeah.
Ready, gentlemen? Ready?
So Philadelphia will get the first possession. Now a chance, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. The starting 5 on the floor. So for Chicago right now, they've got Jimmy Butler. Portis is out there with Robin Lopez. And it's Rajon Rondo. And it's Wade in at the 2 guard. The 76ers shooting their first free throws of this game.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Roof shots.
Free throw drops for Covington.
And the Sixers, patiently building with young talent. And through all the losing, Coach Brett Brown talked about seeing the daylight. And I think we're starting to see it as well. The roster's starting to take shape, and maybe that optimism is just around the corner for the Sixers.
And he can't hit the second. And the Sixers have drafted for talent rather than for need. A lot of front court players. You wondered, Greg, how it would all fit in.
And I think especially for a young team with so many needs, you are best served going with the best player available. They've evaluated how the pieces fit, and now they can make the moves necessary to complete that puzzle.
Wade drives in, out of hand on it. Henderson with it. To the middle. And he uses the glass on the layup.
And the defense just gets caught standing around that time and giving up the second chance opportunity.
Second chance points can kill you. You must concentrate on the defensive glass.
Now here's Rondo. Lopez kicks to Wade. Henderson against Wade. To the inside. Okafor with the steal. Here's Embiid. And finally they hit one.
He's a great offensive rebounder, and he showed it.
On defense, Philadelphia. They come into this one following the loss to the Grizzlies.
And you guys know how much I love aggressive defense, but in that game, they were just a bit over the top, and it wound up getting them in foul trouble.
They bodied them up entirely too much and paid dearly for it at the free throw line, which can definitely lose you games.
Here's McConnell after Rajon Rondo's bucket. Lopez with the steal. Rajon Rondo again. Rondo's got his second basket.
Rondo is a pro in transition. He can flat out get it done.
McConnell kicks to Okafor. Dishes to Henderson. And it's D. Wade with the rebound.
Now that's terrific defense at the rim. Got right in his path.
That will be in his head. The next time he comes down the lane, he'll have thoughts about that one.
Now here's Lopez. 29 points for him last game against Denver.
He was a shot-blocking nightmare out there. 4 blocks on the game and some alter shots as well.
For Philadelphia, they've gone 3 of 7 from the field since we've gotten underway. And it's Chicago with the rebound. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Nuggets.
And the effort down the stretch, those final few minutes of regulation, you know, that's what they needed, but they were burnt out in the overtime.
Fatigue comes into play when games go into overtime, and you saw they just had no gas left in the tank in that loss.
Covington with the bucket.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
Rondo dishes to Butler. Rondo passes to Butler. Picked him clean. McConnell kicks to Covington. Pass to Okafor from down low. And he hits the jump shot. Just under 3.5 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Here's Rondo. And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket's good. He'll go to the line.
And Rajon Rondo, really one of the purest point guards over the last decade when you're talking about assists. I mean, he's a guy with the ball in his hands is very effective at making decisions for the offense, dictating pace. And when he plays off the ball, especially as a spot-up shooter, that's when problems can arise, but he knows how to move without the ball and always seems to find himself in the right place at the right time.
Now here's Henderson. He's coming off a 16-point game against Memphis. And it's the Bulls with the ball. 7-point differential. Outside Rondo. Wade up top. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. And for Rondo, somewhat of a resurgence last season, gained back much of the confidence he had lost after his tumultuous time in Dallas.
Yeah, I felt like Rondo felt appreciated last year, and there's no substitute for having the support of your team. This is a proud individual, and we're talking about a big-time game.
No good on the free throw.
And you look over the career of Dwayne Wade. He was initially a slasher, but he's improved his shot and pull-up jumper immensely, and even has become a threat from deep if you give him space.
Thinking again about how Wade's skills have evolved over the years, his offensive game has grown immensely since his rookie season.
And it's why he will go down as one of the all-time greats. His work ethic in improving his game. Fantastic post-up player as a guard. Wade's ability to score in any fashion is what makes him one of the great closers in our game. And undrafted out of Tennessee State, Robert Covington has become a nice find for the Sixers. You know, that saying, the 3 and D small forward. I mean, they see him really as a foundational piece going forward. And I think he has more versatility. He's not just the 3 and D guy. This kid's continuing to improve and showing a lot of spunk in his game.
Cameron Payne's checked in for Chicago. And on the topic of Covington, you know, he's mostly a spot-up shooter offensively. The majority of his shots, Greg, are coming from long range.
Yeah, a downtick in his shooting percentages last season, a cause for concern. I mean, but he's a good rebounder, gets a lot of steals. You like his size at that small forward position.
Here's McConnell. He's coming off a 19-point game against Memphis.
And he showed again why he is such a sensational playmaker. Some of the plays he made were just remarkable.
Butler with the ball. Now Okafor defending. Baseline jumper. Here's Lopez, and the dunk by Lopez.
You love the way Robin Lopez just goes after those missed shots. That's where he can do damage.
McConnell kicks to Anderson. High post try. McConnell passes to Embiid. And there it is for him. Embiid's got 6.
Off to a strong start here early. 6 points off second chance buckets.
Wade against Henderson. Wade dishes to Lopez. Portis cranes the three-pointer.
Great look there from Robin Lopez. Rare to see a big man with that kind of playmaking ability.
McConnell kicks to Embiid. Pass to Okafor. Okafor with the screen on Wade. Just 5 on the clock. Henderson passes to Okafor. Beyond the arc. And it's Chicago with the rebound. Here's Butler. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
Jimmy Butler is known for his offensive now, but he was initially known for his D. Still a great defender in this league, was named to the second team all-defense in 2016.
And for Butler, Steve, his defense is something that he takes pride in. Hard to beat him in isolations on the perimeter.
The reason why Jimmy Butler has incredible blend of length and quickness. It's impossible at times to get around him on the drive. He's very active, and he slides his feet extremely well.
And so he hits both. And for Jimmy Butler, for a player with his skill set, he sure heard his name floated around a lot in the rumor mill, Steve. Interesting to see a team want to trade someone with his talent.
Yeah, you do, because of some of the disagreements he's had with his coaching staff. But, you know, bottom line, Jimmy Butler is an all-star, a guy that's one of the best two-way players in his game. You're not going to trade him for just nothing, so I don't see him going anywhere.
And where have the shots been coming from tonight? Here's a look broken down by paint, mid-range, and three-point shot attempts so far for the 76ers.
Look, they've been aggressive looking to get inside, but they haven't finished especially well when they get there. I like the attack mentality, but you have got to finish plays.
The 76ers leading by 4. McConnell kicks to Okafor. Embiid the screen. And it's sent back by Lopez.
And that is the length of Robin Lopez on display.
Shots good from Butler.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
To the paint, here's Okafor, and he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. Okafor's got his 3rd basket of the night right there. Payne dishes to Butler. Count it, his 2nd make in 4 attempts.
He's as consistent as they come on offense. It's really a luxury to have him on your team.
Here's McConnell. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Embiid the screen. Covington with the bucket. Bulls trail by 4. Now here's Payne, currently averaging almost 6 points a game. Butler passes to Portis. Here's Covington, and it's sent back by Lopez. They've got the 5-on-3 advantage. Stolen by Henderson. Here's Covington, defended by Butler. It's deflected. And here's Payne. To the paint, looking for Wade. He gets it there. Now in the scoring column with that deuce. 1 for 2 this game.
Those defenders just look a little bit gassed. I mean, they're getting pushed around on that low block.
Wade against Henderson. Embiid. It's rebounded by Portis.
Look, he's doing everything he can to get out of this funk. Just been a rough quarter shooting the basketball.
And the whistle blows as the basket counts, and a 3-point play chance right here. 1 free throw coming up. And it's a completely new group here for Philadelphia. Then for the Bulls, Laverne, he's checked in for Lopez. Mirotic comes in for Portis, and it's Valentine in for Butler. And that one falls, and that puts him up by 1 point. And right now we're seeing the rise of great passing in the NBA, so valuable offensively, obviously. Is it a natural talent of players, or is it a mentality? Is it a learned aspect of the game? How would you classify it?
All of the above, Kevin. There are some guys that make the right pass, but they see the open guy, they hit him. Then there's some guys that can see 2 plays ahead and see the play developing. And then there's some guys that got to learn how to become passers. You know, you have a lot of, as long as you pass it, it's pretty good. But then there's some guys that just gift it.
Who are some of the guys that you mentioned who can see a play or 2 ahead? Who are some of those guys that have that kind of feel for the game?
Like Chris Paul. I mean, he sees the floor so well and see the play developing before it happens. LeBron James is another guy like that. Rondo was one of the best, I think, in the business. A lot of guys being able to see the floor. Ricky Rubio can see the floor pretty well. So a lot of guys, I think, can really pinpoint passes and see the play develop.
As we get a break in the action, let's take a peek at the leading defenses. Number 1, the Bulls.
It's the hallmark of a strong defensive team. When you can keep your opponents to such a low point total, it shows you are setting the pace.
Here's Chicago. They're on an 18-6 run. Now Payne. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. Wade kicks to Laverne. The 11-footer. It's hauled in by the 76ers. And going against Chicago, their first meeting of the season.
Yeah, and these teams pretty familiar with one another. They'll face off 4 times this year.
These teams have played each other plenty of times over the years. All of these games should be exciting, tight-fisted affairs.
And how about the bounce pass there being used to perfection?
And so here is Chicago. Wade outside. Passes to Valentine. Payne dishes to Laverne. And now Philadelphia on the break. Sarge has got the ball. And there's the foul. It'll go on Nikola Mirotic. That's his first foul. Carter Williams, he's checked in for Dwayne Wade. Mirotic brings the double team. Anderson wide open. Chance there to take the lead. Missing. So far, we've seen them be a bit careless with the ball.
Simply put, out of control is how they've played thus far. They're going to have to reel it in and show some more discipline.
Smooth release on the jump shot by Mirotic. His form is simply beautiful.
Kicks to Splitter. Anderson the screen. Back to Splitter. Bayless from long range. Nailed from three-point land.
Yeah, these defenders had better start closing down on shooting.
Now here's Carter Williams. Bayless covering. Carter Williams with it. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 8 points a game. Here we are in November, and let's see how things are going out east in the early season. And look at Chicago. They like where they stand right now, perched in that topmost position. And checking out Philadelphia. Not really any threat right now, as their record showing a lot more losses.
And, you know, for the Bulls, they have performed above and beyond expectations thus far. As good as they've been, is it fair to wonder just how long they can keep this up?
That's the big question now, isn't it? And it won't take long to get an answer, because as we move into the heart of the season, this is when the true contenders start to separate themselves.
That free throw good from Laverne.
You talk about the Bulls team last season, a little bit of dysfunction. The Bulls decided to break up the backcourt of Rose and Butler. That was a surprising move to me.
Both good from the line that time. And thinking back to the Bulls trade, it's never easy to move an all-star guard. But, it probably had to be done.
Yes, it is. I mean, when you have an all-star, when you start talking about change, you want to get and bring in value. I think the Chicago Bulls, they had to do this. It's just going to take some time for this to settle in.
The 76ers shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
And the season numbers for them at the line thus far are really poor. Something I'm sure they are making a point of emphasis.
And he knocks down the first one.
The Bulls last year with a surprisingly disappointing season. They missed the playoffs for the first time since 2008, ended up 9th in the East, one spot out of the playoffs.
And he makes the first, but misses the second. And although the Bulls were able to finish above 500 with a 42-40 record, Steve, fans were hoping to see that team challenge for the East title in the playoffs.
A big problem for the Bulls was the rest of the East and their own division drastically improved as well. The Bulls were a team that just couldn't get it going last season.
Saric misses.
And they have a narrow edge here in rebounding early on, and you wonder what kind of a role that's going to play moving forward.
To the wing on the left. Here's Carter Williams. Here's Payne. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
The Bulls have gone 6 of 8 from the free throw line tonight. That's good from Payne. And he can't hit the second. With 1 on the clock, and he nails the jumper. Bayless has got his second bucket tonight. And a high-scoring first quarter. Both teams really filling it up. It's Chicago leading by a point. Let's take a quick break now, and then it's on to the second quarter after this. And a guy who seems to improve every season, Jimmy Butler. He spoke with us about one of his biggest surprises.
It's crazy because I never thought that anybody would be preparing to guard me night in and night out. But they do. I have to learn to cope with that and still find a way to be successful on both ends of the floor. And it's a learning curve for me also, but I'm figuring it out.
And hard to doubt the dedication of Jimmy Butler. He's found a way to overcome obstacles at each important point along the way.
You know, he's a self-made player, and if Butler can stay healthy, boy, the sky's the limit.
Well, up to this point, a closely contested game as we start the second quarter. And guys, what's your take on the Bulls so far?
They come out the gates here strong and put together just a solid first quarter.
And that's exactly how you want to start this one off. They open this one up with a real bang.
On the court right now, second quarter for the Bulls. They've got Carter Williams, Mirotic out there with Valentine. And there's Laverne, and it's Rondo in at the point guard position. Feeds it to Valentine. The pass to Mirotic. That three off the mark.
That is fantastic defense on one of the best three-point shooters in the league. Didn't give him an inch of room.
Chicago trailing here. Here's Valentine, and it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it. He'll shoot one more at the free throw line.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
And the 76ers setting an all-time record for patience as far as going young, Greg, and building through the draft. There's been a lot of losing along the way.
Yeah, and a lot of questions to their strategy. I mean, but the front office said their philosophy was trying to plant an orchard from seeds. They didn't want to buy apples, I guess. They wanted to grow them from the ground up. Boy, they better get that harvest moving fast.
Now here's Splitter. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
And here's Rondo. He dishes it to Laverne. He can't get that one, and the 76ers go the other way with it. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Bayless the pass to Rodriguez. And here's the fast break. Carter Williams leading the way. Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline.
Well, guys, it was controversial in Chicago, but the Bulls hired Fred Hoiberg to replace Tom Thibodeau. Hoiberg played for a decade in the NBA, and at Iowa State, he was the fastest coach in school history to reach 100 wins. In Chicago, guys, it seems he's loosened the reins a bit, giving the players a little more leeway to shoot with confidence and air it out offensively.
The players have responded. Thanks, David.
You gotta love when you can get looks this close to the basket.
Bulls have gone 2 of 4 shooting the ball here in the second. And Mirotic has it in the corner. He feeds it to Valentine. Shoots. And it's Philadelphia with the rebound.
I like that shot for him, though. Very little defensive pressure. He typically rises up and buries that.
Laverne grabs the miss.
To me, that's just a loss of focus. He was wide open from one of his favorite spots.
Rondo kicks to Valentine. Valentine setting the pick for Mirotic. And the shot is long.
And if the shot's not there, you've got to understand that. Move the basketball.
Those types of shots are low quality. You're not going to win too many friends on that one.
Now here's Carter Williams. He's been patient so far, nothing yet on the scoreboard. And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul, shot misses. He'll be shooting 2.
Mirotic is so good at using his size to draw contact. When he's in the paint, it's a good idea to feed him the ball. Nikola Mirotic is one of those guys you wait and wait for just to break out. He's a stretch 4 that can really knock down a lot of threes. He can be dangerous. We just wait for him to have that breakout season.
And he makes the first. And with Mirotic, the potential is definitely there, Steve. He has a great shot and looked a lot more comfortable, I thought, in the games he started.
You know, the reason why is because the attention is not on him. When you're playing with the starters, you're like the forgotten guy. So he can sneak in, trail, and knock down threes.
And the 76ers with a completely new group now. And so Mirotic nails both of them.
No wasted trips at all. They're taking care of business at the line.
McConnell kicks to Anderson. Here in the second quarter, just under 3.5 minutes played. There's the dish to Embiid, and out of bounds is Chicago gains possession. And a look here at the shot chart.
And guys, really the story for him has been his struggles from mid-range. I mean, some of them have been rushed. Others were just tightly contested. But he has to be a lot smarter on when to pull up or when to look for a teammate going forward in terms of winning this game.
Chicago with the ball. They've only given up 6 here in this quarter. They'll face the Lakers after this one. That'll be at home. That'll be the first of 2 straight at home. Outside Rondo. Now the feed to Lopez. 6 on the shot clock. Rondo dishes to Butler. Here's Lopez. It's good, and he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A 3-point play chance here. Bobby Portis is checked in for Chicago. Steve, you won a handful of gold medals with the U.S. national team, and the program went into a period of decline. Now they're back. How did they get back on track?
You know what, Kevin? I can go back to 2000 where we almost lost that gold medal. And I think you just can't throw all stars together and expect to have team chemistry. They did a nice job of bringing it back to training camp kind of atmosphere. Continuity, what you need to have a winning, successful program.
And Michael Carter-Williams gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. The 76ers trail by 5. McConnell kicks to Embiid. Dishes to Henderson. Embiid the screen. Pass to Okafor. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
And Jahlil Okafor, really a throwback in a lot of ways, when you think about some of the low post giants that our game has seen. I mean, 6'11", over 270 pounds, tremendous hands and footwork, and he can take defenders to school on that low block. Going to continue to have to improve his passing, particularly out of double teams, and ability to face up a little more. But again, this is a guy with a tremendous amount of ability moving forward.
And they say post play is a bit of a lost art. It's hard to do effectively against modern NBA defenses. Do you think Okafor will be successful, Greg, playing that kind of style?
He'll have to develop his passing to punish teams who bring help. They have to surround him with shooters, though. If not, then there's no penalty for swarming him inside.
And with Chicago and the Bulls, it seems that no matter what the current team does, they'll always be playing in the shadow of his airness, Michael Jordan.
Tough act to follow when you talk about the Michael Jordan Chicago Bulls. Every great player that Bulls have, they get compared to Michael Jordan. That's just not fair.
Now here's Rondo after Henderson's miss. Inside, and Lopez throws it down.
Obviously, Rondo's main priority is to dish the rock. When you're open, he'll get it to you.
McConnell kicks to Okafor. And they're going to count the bucket and send him to the line. It could be a 3-point play.
And he can time his passes so perfectly. Wow, what an assist.
For Philadelphia, they have shot 5 of 8 from the foul line. And that one falls for Henderson. The Bulls leading by 5. Outside Rondo to the inside. Okafor with the steal. And it's Rajon Rondo with the foul. That's his 3rd foul of the game.
And already his 3rd foul. It's got to be time to get him out of there probably until the 3rd quarter.
Wade, he's checked in for Michael Carter-Williams. And count it. 2 points with a chance for one more at the free throw line.
And really just led him to his sweet spot for that finish.
76ers have made 2/3 of their free throws tonight. 6 of 9 to be exact. And that one falls for Henderson. It didn't take long for Coach Hoiberg to have his first taste of what it's like to be an NBA coach. Jimmy Butler famously said he wanted Hoiberg to coach the Bulls a lot harder during their struggles.
Well, they were used to being coached hard. I think for Hoiberg, he has to be himself. A coach has to have the players buy into their system. And you know what? Winning helps and losing doesn't.
Here's Henderson. The Bulls getting the bucket. And here we go. Fast break. Wade's got it. Rondo kicks to Butler. Butler on the wing. Another one falls for Chicago.
Pretty good with the ball in his hands off the dribble, but now you're seeing the other facet of his game, the catch and shoot jump shot.
Here's Henderson. 9 points in the game so far. And McConnell gets it to go. And the first time out of the game called for Chicago.
And they're committing an awful lot of fouls here, and not of the good variety. You don't want to give up easy layups, sure, but it's been a non-stop parade to the foul line.
This is a look at the NBA's assist leaders over the last 10 games. And can these guys pass the ball? Rajon Rondo, fourth.
And those games have seen him dropping more dimes than you might have thought possible.
The Bulls leading by 3. Wade outside. It's deflected. Fast break, Philadelphia. Chicago grabs the miss. Portis has got 6 rebounds now in the game. Here's Lopez. The shot's good on the assist by Butler. Lopez has got 7 points for the quarter.
And that soft touch of Lopez makes things easy for him down there.
To the inside. Now here's Rondo. 9 points in the game so far. Can't hit the free throw line jump. Covington passes to McConnell. He kicks it to Embiid, and the call will be against Robin Lopez. So that will be his second foul of the game. We're in the bonus, and we'll go to the line to shoot 2. Steve, we see so many former players taking over as first-time head coaches. I know you enjoy coaching your son's team. Any thought about coaching in college or pro basketball someday?
What I would love to coach at Michigan State University, my alma mater. But also, there's this other school, Kevin, I'm going to bring you on as my assistant coach. Me and you at Pepperdine in Malibu. That'll be fantastic.
How beautiful is that campus?
So those are my two places I want to coach.
We now know your priorities.
Yeah.
We now have your priorities very, very much in tune. And the Bulls making a change here. Payne's checked in. And he sinks the second. So it's Chicago now. They lead by 4. Screen. Lopez outside. Pass to Wade. Back to Lopez. And the dunk by Lopez.
Nice read by Dwayne Wade. Beautiful.
Here's McConnell. Stats on him. He's averaging 9 points a game. Passes it to Okafor. Embiid the screen. Here's Covington. Wade with the block.
And at a time they really need him to shoot well. The exact opposite is what's happening.
And it's Butler with the jam.
Whoa, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam. Here's McConnell. Kicks to Embiid. And Embiid throws it down.
Yeah, he earned that one. I mean, taking the hit and still able to get that one to go down.
The 76ers have had 12 attempts at the line, making 8 so far. Chicago leading by 5. And here's Payne. Lopez dishes to Wade. Sweet move, and it's good on the layup. Wade's got 9 points.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
McConnell kicks to Henderson. Feeds it to Okafor. Embiid wide open. It's rebounded by Portis. Portis has got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one.
Yeah, just a solid job on the backboard. They are really controlling the inside.
Bobby Portis, the Arkansas product, I just love his game. What he does best, he's very physical, but he has the ability to step out with a finesse game to knock down some jump shots.
And Portis has shown flashes of just how good he can be in his short time in the NBA, has the potential to be Steve, like a do-it-all power forward, and how he can shoot, move, and he creates for others.
When you watch him, his body size, you say power forward. He'll be down in the paint. He loves to do that, but he has the ability, like you say, off the dribble and to create for himself, and he can knock down the jump shot.
And so he makes both from the line.
And just over 80% from the line right now. A big improvement over what they shot in that first quarter.
McConnell kicks to Embiid. There's the screen. At the top of the key, Henderson. Okafor with the screen on Wade. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Embiid. The 76ers with another miss. Chicago leading by 9. Down low. Tries to save it. Out of bounds. Bulls ball as Chicago keeps possession.
And a chance here to look at the numbers for Henderson. He's averaging 15 points a game, 3 assists, and 3 rebounds. And he's really been pulling his weight. He's had a hand in some big plays here recently.
Anderson, he's checked in for Robert Covington. Laverne, he's checked in for the Bulls. Here's Butler, and 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle on a lot of contact there.
The physicality of Jimmy Butler poses so many issues for defenders.
This is his 3rd trip to the free throw line in the game.
Listen, 84 is a really good number to post at the foul line, and that's where he's at on the year.
And the first one at the line is good. And some changes here for the 76ers. Splitters checked in for Joel Embiid. Bayless comes in for Gerald Henderson. And Rodriguez is subbed in for T.J. McConnell. And so Butler nails both of them. And Smitty, as a player, is there any change in your approach to the game early in the season versus later on?
I think maintenance on the body. You do a little bit more because the grind of 82 games. At the beginning of the season, you're feeling good. I think the good thing for young guys is kind of approach the maintenance the same way, but you kind of ramp it up at the end of the season.
You always hear about the rookie wall, Steve. Is there a veteran equivalent where, is it before All-Star maybe that for whatever reason the fire isn't there, or the veterans usually navigate that?
You hit that rookie wall, and then that veteran wall, we call that Father Time. He started holding your back.
That's Father Time's the
pulling
wall.
you back. He's pulling you back.
Yeah. What's the first sign for you?
But for me?
Yeah. Quickness, speed, aches and pains,
when
shot,
you,
or
when
whatever.
you don't want to get back on defense, you just said, I'll get back next time.
That's You're honest. I love it.
And he just leaves the D in the dust and explodes to the basket.
You're right. Maybe a momentum changer right there, huh?
I think it very well could be. That might be the game-changing play that helps push them over the top.
Now, here's Wade. 11 points for him in that last game against Denver.
And no one on defense could stay in front of him. He continually got pummeled and kept getting back to the stripe.
He doesn't usually fire from out there. And the Bulls lead by 12.
A beautiful ball movement by Jimmy Butler, constantly looking to set up his guys.
Rodriguez passes the Splitter. He dishes it to Saric. Now here's Bayless. He's guarded closely. Shots good by Saric.
And Kevin, they started the game shooting it so well. I'm surprised they haven't continued. They've got to get back to their strength.
He gets a chance now to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, guys, we know Jimmy Butler made a big bet on himself back in 2014. He turned down the Bulls' 4-year, $44 million contract extension offer, and it paid off. After a breakthrough season, he signed a new contract, a max deal for 5 years and $95 million. He said of his decision, "I was nervous, I'm not going to lie to you, but everything I put myself through, I knew what I was capable of."
He's come a long way, David. Thank you. Now here's Payne. And the pass to Laverne. And Laverne throws it down.
Clearly, they've been the hotter team here in the first half.
Yes, the reason why they've moved the basketball around to get wide open looks.
Lets it go from 11. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron. That's 7 points for Dario Saric.
Look out. He's starting to find the range in this second period.
Now Payne, currently averaging almost 6 points a game. And Laverne kicks to Butler. A leaner. The rebound by Anderson. The 76ers trail by 12. Rodriguez outside. He feeds it to Splitter. Good, and Rodriguez gets the assist. Splitter's got 4 this quarter.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Payne with it. Butler on the way. So we've reached the end of the first half of play. Bulls lead by 10. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Kevin, thanks. Dwayne, you guys have been pedal to the metal in transition. Looks like you're having fun out there.
Yeah, it's a lot of up and back. Close down the paint, close out the three-point shooter, get the ball out, go. So, these are one of those games that you enjoy to play.
All right, Dwayne, keep having fun in the second half. Back to you.
Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And we hope you've enjoyed our first half of action. I'm Ernie Johnson welcoming you back. Shaquille O'Neal is right there. Kenny the Jet Smith is right there. And this here is the halftime report. Big time play throughout the first half for Jimmy Butler. He had 16 points, 3 assists, and 3 rebounds. And Shaq, what did you see out there from the Bulls?
Well, they were really in attack mode. The most telling stat is how many times they got to the free throw line. They weren't all afraid to get their hand and get those elbows dirty. You know I'm a specialist when it comes to the elbows, Ernie.
And Kenny, your take on Philadelphia?
Well, they're giving up too many high percentage looks, Ernie. They're not closing down the lane, and they're not going hard on the perimeter. That will get an L in any book.
And that about wraps it up, as the second half is just moments away. Now down to Kevin Harlan and the rest of the crew, and we will see you after the game, won't we?
Yes, we will.
Yes, we will.
The skyline of Philadelphia looking especially majestic tonight as we welcome you back to action. And the second half about to start here in just a few moments. We are seeing a tremendous game from Jimmy Butler.
And he just went off in those first 2 quarters, guys. He's capable of doing that on a consistent basis as well. So we might see some changes from a defensive standpoint as they try to disrupt his rhythm in the second half.
Yeah, the change has to be double teaming him. Single coverage will not get it done.
Embiid is out there with Jahlil Okafor. Then it's Robert Covington, then it's Henderson, and it's McConnell in at the point. That's the group on the floor for Philadelphia. Clock at 6. The dish to Butler. Unloads. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
Jimmy Butler used his body and muscle well to get the foul call.
And it'll be his 4th time going to the free throw line in the game. The first one falls. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time.
I think Jimmy Butler is top of my list as far as two-way players that can do just about anything you ask him.
And it's in there. And 12 points for Joel Embiid.
And they are attacking the rim and getting great results.
Butler on the way. It's good, coming on the assist by Rajon Rondo. Rondo's got 3 assists in the game. McConnell kicks to Henderson, and it's sent back by Lopez. And so the ball goes out of bounds. Lopez touched it last. Second half rolling along now. About a minute played here. Here's Okafor. Shakes off the strong D and gets to the bucket for 2. Okafor's got 9.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
Wade knocks it loose.
Worked it inside. Normally an easy basket for him, but just a little out of rhythm on the release.
Some nice ball movement here by the 76ers. 14 feet away. Here's Embiid. So the whistle blows on the shot, and 2 free throws for the contact right there. He's got free throw attempts number 4 and 5 here. The free throw drops for Embiid. And Embiid drops them both. Third quarter of basketball, about a minute and a half in. Outside Rondo. And it's Wade in the corner. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. 1 free throw coming his way.
Taking good shots overall,
2 shots, gentlemen.
hitting a high percentage of them. That's what has this team rolling.
And a lot of players who play like Wade will have brief careers due to the stress it puts on their body. You know, Greg, Wade has had his share of injuries in his time in the NBA, but he is still putting up big numbers despite all the bumps and bruises.
That's a great point. Undersized guards take a beating when they are attacking the basket. Wade has missed a lot of games, but he's been healthy when it matters most. He's also done a good job to adjust his game to be a danger when he's not barreling through the lane. And Wade to finish and cut into that lead a little bit.
Yeah, but look at the basket guy still shaking.
And a chance here to look at the numbers for Jimmy Butler. He's getting around 20 points per, 4 assists and 4 rebounds. And just look at those scoring totals. He's been doing what he does best, putting points on the board.
Shooting 2.
That free throw good from Wade.
Dwayne Wade at the stripe. How many times have we said that before? He lives there.
Both free throws good from Wade. The 76ers trail by 11. McConnell passes to Embiid. To the inside. Covington with the bucket. Covington's got 9.
Ooh, tough layup with the guy right on him. He can be a hard player to handle at times.
Outside Rondo. Butler up top. Lopez a screen. Butler dishes to Lopez. And the dunk by Lopez.
Jimmy Butler's becoming a nightmare of a matchup. Off the pick and roll, now he's using the pass to free up other guys.
And the 76ers call time here. You look at Jimmy Butler, he's really been playing well.
This is just one of those nights where he decided to take control of this game. He's been scoring at will no matter who he's matched up against. They need to figure out how to force him into tougher, lower percentage attempts.
Some changes for Chicago. Mirotic is checked in for Portis. Valentine comes in for Jimmy Butler. And Michael Carter-Williams subbed in for Dwayne Wade. Well, we're into the third quarter, just over 2.5 minutes played. McConnell kicks to Henderson. Now here's Okafor. He's got 9. And that one's good by Henderson.
They are just killing him on the interior.
The Bulls leading by 9. Outside Rondo. Lopez a screen. And he lobs it up toward the rim. Embiid with the steal. And now Philadelphia on the break. Poked away. McConnell passes to Embiid. Good on the shot. Embiid's got 6 here in this quarter.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Rondo. And that basket is going to count. Goaltending, the official call.
Yeah, it looks like he got to that shot just after it reached its apex. Those can be tough ones to gauge.
The 76ers trail by 9. Pick by Okafor. McConnell kicks to Embiid. The feed to Henderson. Puts up a 3. Mirotic grabs the miss. Mirotic has got 6 rebounds here tonight. Embiid with the steal. Here's McConnell. Dishes to Henderson. Okafor, the pass to McConnell. Count the basket. McConnell's got 5 points so far.
Nicely done. They continue to attack inside, and that's 10 points in a row in the paint.
Rondo dishes to Lopez.
And if they continue, Kevin, their outstanding free throw shooting, that'll help them seal the deal.
And this is his second trip to the line in the game. First one falls for him.
And for a center, Robin Lopez is definitely one of the better free throw shooters in the league.
Lopez hits them both.
His soft touch from the line is rare for a big man.
The 76ers trail by 9. McConnell kicks to Okafor. At the top of the key, Henderson. Off the mark and a bad shot there.
And they continue to control the glass.
Here's Mirotic, and finished off by Mirotic.
Mirotic is looking to throw it down when he's near the rim. He can get up quickly.
Philadelphia's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Pass to Okafor. They set the pick. McConnell kicks to Embiid. And Embiid throws it down.
Whoa, that'll wake you up.
He is such a great athlete. Pass to Mirotic. Back to Carter-Williams. He kicks it to Valentine. Here's Rondo. No good from outside. 76ers have gone 8 of 12 from the field since the beginning of the third. Here's Okafor. And it's Chicago with the rebound. They've led by as many as 14 points. Valentine kicks to Rondo. And it's in there. Rondo's got 13.
Really admire the fact that Rondo is not afraid to go down there in the paint from time to time.
And the 76ers call time here. And we knew that Mirotic could shoot, but he showed a lot more consistency, Steve, last season from deep. Saw his big jump in that three-point percentage column.
Mirotic can definitely shoot the basketball, and we know that he's going to be a threat for his team. Shooting it deeper and deeper. What the good thing for him is his percentage is starting to go up. I think for him is to limit some of the off-balance shots and some of those shots that's so deep that you just can't shoot a high percentage.
The 76ers trail by 11. Rondo with the steal. Fast break. Here comes Chicago. Here's Mirotic, and Mirotic throws it down.
And we all know that Mirotic can shoot, but you love it when he puts the ball on the floor and finishes off the drive.
And taking care of the ball has been a problem for him.
That's something they've got to fix. While the defense has been good, a lot of these turnovers have been unforced.
Now here's Henderson. He's got 13. Covington in the corner. Picked by Okafor. 6 to shoot. And it's good. He planted his feet on the pick and shielded the defender off.
Not the best pick I've ever seen, but it was just enough to get the job done.
And here's Rondo. He's got 13. Mirotic's shot is off.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
A good look from Embiid. Rebound by the Bulls. Lopez has got 6 rebounds in the game. Rondo passes to Valentine. Ball stolen. Here's Covington. No good on the shot, a bit long that time. The Bulls leading by 11. Carter Williams kicks to Mirotic. And Mirotic throws it down.
And nobody, guys, among the defenders stepping up to challenge him on that drive to the 10.
And Greg, he says, thank you very much, and sails in for the flush.
If you aren't going to at least step in front of him, you can't be surprised when he throws it down like that.
And here are the 76ers now. After Chicago picking up a basket just moments ago. And Gerald Henderson is going to pick up that foul. That's his 5th foul. And the 76ers will go for a different look here. Sarge is checked in for Okafor. Anderson comes in for Robert Covington. Jared Bayless is checked in for Gerald Henderson. And Rodriguez is subbed in for T.J. McConnell. And a change for the Bulls. Laverne, he's checked in for Robin Lopez. Rondo dishes to Valentine. And the jam by Valentine.
Well, and he breaks out the tomahawk. No soft finish there. Pure power.
Yeah, we could feel that one all the way over here. Here's Bayless. After the Bulls pick up 2. Passes it to Sarge. Now Bayless. He has 6. And it's good. 2 points. Embiid's got 10 points in the quarter.
Yeah, it's just a smart shot, taking advantage of the mismatch.
That's his shot. And with his size, even the defense up on him, they're still not going to be able to block it.
Now here's Laverne. 6 points for him. He got an advantage there off the pick and took it right in. Valentine's got 7 points in the game.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
There's the pick. Kicks it to Sarge. Embiid the screen. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it 3.
No clue how he got that one to fall.
Shooting 1.
And Philadelphia making a change here. Splitters checked in. And the Bulls making a change here as well. Cameron Payne's checked in for Rajon Rondo. Chicago leading by 9. Carter Williams the pass to Laverne. And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. And that's out of bounds. Chicago will retain possession.
You could tell that pass just hung in the air for a long time.
That was a risky pass. Poor decision, really. Fortunately, they didn't lose the possession.
Now, here's Laverne. Taking a look at the scoring numbers. Right now, he averages about 9 points a game. Anderson with the ball. Now guarded by Valentine. And a look here at the shot chart.
Well, just look at the cluster in the middle of the paint. That right there tells you all you need to know about how they have built the lead they have. They are playing with more intensity on the offensive side of the ball, and it's the difference in the game right now. You have to love how they've approached this matchup.
First free throw is good.
Wow, they've made every free throw here in the second half.
That's also good, so he hits both free throws. And Chicago has possession. Carter Williams with it. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot two.
Taking a look now at some numbers for Carter Williams. How last month turned out for him, he's putting up about 8 points a game, 3 assists, and 2 rebounds. And those numbers, solid, not spectacular, and sometimes what you see is what you get.
Two shots.
That's good from Carter Williams. Carter Williams hits them both. The 76ers trail by 9. Now here's Rodriguez. He's been patient so far, nothing yet on the scoreboard. Here's Carter Williams. Feeds to Valentine. He dishes it to Mirotic. That's good. Basket number 5 on a 5 for 8 night shooting.
Ever since halftime, he's had his eyes on the basket and just crushing it right now.
And here is Bayless. He has 6. Here's the pass to Splitter. Off target with the free throw line, Jay. The Bulls leading by 8. Here's Mirotic. Score the basket. It's number 6 for him this game. 6 for 9, 67% shooting.
He really looks composed shooting the ball this half. Much more consistent, hitting a much higher percentage.
Now, here's Sarge. He's got 13. The dish to Splitter. There's the pick. Shot clock at 6. An easy layup after coming off the pick. Splitter's got 6 points.
And not relying at all on the three-point shot. They may want to rethink about stretching the defense a bit like they did in that first half.
Payne kicks to Laverne. He feeds it to Carter Williams. Back to Laverne. And it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it. He'll shoot one more at the free throw line.
Shooting one.
They're consistently finding ways to get the ball inside and taking full advantage.
So for the Bulls, Bobby Portis is checked in for Mirotic. Butler comes in for Valentine. And Dwayne Wade subbed in for Michael Carter Williams. We've got 1:28 left here in the third quarter. There's the feed to Saric. Too long in the paint, and he's hit with a 3-second violation. This is his second attempt at the line tonight. And that one falls for Sarge. And here are the 76ers now. Anderson can't get it to go.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
Butler dishes to Payne. Laverne passes to Payne. With the second effort, shot's good by Laverne.
I'm sorry, that's poor defense down low again. It's been a mismatch thus far in the paint.
Rodriguez outside. Dishes it to Splitter. Pass to Bayless. 5 to shoot. Easy layup after coming off the pick. Bayless has got 8 points.
Oh, he had him spinning. He looks like he's dizzy after that crossover. A chance here to go 2 for 1.
But you can't waste time. You have to go quickly.
Payne kicks to Laverne. Pass to Wade. Stolen by Bayless. Feeds it to Anderson. Knocked away. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Butler. Here's Saric. He's got 14. And there it is for him.
That's just perfect execution there to run that inbounds play and get that look off of it.
Here's Payne. But they recover it. And the miss. Well, it's been an exciting game. Plenty of offense as we head to the fourth quarter. It's the Bulls up by 8. Live from Philadelphia. You're watching 2K Sports. Well, welcome back as we get set to start the fourth. The 76ers trail by 8. So for Chicago right now, Rajon Rondo is out there with Dwayne Wade. Then there's Robin Lopez. Then there's Jimmy Butler. And it's Portis in at the power forward. And stolen by Butler. Now Rondo. Lopez outside. The shot by Butler. Nobody around. Off target from three-point range. Philadelphia's gone past the three-point line for 13 of their shots. They're 6 of 13. Here's Saric. The shot missing. Now Chicago takes it the other way.
And this has been an outstanding display on the boards, and it's a big part of why they have a lead in this game, doing the dirty work down low.
When he goes at the rim, Wade is always looking to slam it home. He's been doing this for a long time.
And that'll be Philadelphia as it goes out of bounds. 76ers retain possession. And some changes here for the 76ers. Okafor is checked in for Saric. And it's T.J. McConnell in for Jared Bayless. About a minute played here in the fourth quarter. Offensive rebound. Splitter. And it's sent back by Lopez. Rondo with it. Inside, and down it goes, jamming that one home.
Boy, Rondo's a handful in pick and roll sets. Always finds the right angle.
The 76ers trail by 12. McConnell passes to Splitter. Pick by Okafor. Covington. It's tipped. Outside Rondo. Wade up top. Shoots. Hits the front of the rim and out. The 76ers have gotten off to a rough start in the fourth quarter, going 0 for 4 so far. Covington with the bucket. Second minute off the clock now in the fourth. Wade outside. Lopez a screen. And it's good. Fought through contact, hits the shot. He'll go to the free throw line.
You know what? This is a skill set to be able to take the bump and stay on balance after the initial contact.
Joel Embiid. He's checked in for Philadelphia. Michael Carter-Williams checked in for the Bulls. Free throw no good for Butler. 76ers have gone 1 of 5 from the field here in the fourth. A lot of misses, just the one make. And it will go, and the Bulls' lead is cut down to just 10 points on the bucket from McConnell. For Chicago, they've gone 3 of 5 here in the fourth quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. Now here's Rondo. They set the pick. Lopez a screen. Butler in the corner. Baseline try. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Yes, indeed, it is good. He's now 8 for 14.
Enter this league, Butler as a defensive player. Now his all-around game is catching up with his D.
Okafor with the screen on run. Embiid the screen. Henderson kicks to McConnell. Passes it to Embiid. And out of bounds as the Bulls gain possession. Chicago leading by 12. Now here's Rondo. Lopez outside. He kicks it to Carter-Williams. Back to Lopez. The leaner inside. And a great assist by Carter-Williams as that one goes in. Lopez has got the lead up to 14 now for the Bulls. We've played just over 3.5 minutes now in the fourth quarter. Pick by Okafor. Back to McConnell. Rondo with the steal. To the inside. The kick outside to Butler. Let's go. Bounces high off the rim and drops. Butler's got 10 points in just the second half. 76ers have gone just 33% from the field in the fourth quarter so far. They are 2 of 6. Here's Okafor. And so it looks like the 76ers will retain possession here. And Philadelphia has possession. They trail by 16. McConnell passes to Embiid. Misses off the left iron.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A plus 10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
And it's Rajon Rondo with the foul. That's his 4th foul of the contest. Philadelphia's gone past the three-point line for 13 of their shots. They're 6 of 13. Okafor dishes to Henderson. Kicks to Covington. Clock at 6. To stop the drought. They get it back. Embiid, the pass to McConnell. And another shot. That's no good. It's his second miss. He's made 4. The Bulls leading by 16. Here's Carter-Williams. Rebound by the 76ers. Covington's got 3 rebounds now in this one.
Well, he's trying to help put the game out of reach. Instead, his poor shooting is keeping the other side in this.
The 76ers with another miss. Bulls have gotten into a pretty good groove, going 6 of 10 here in the final quarter. And Carter-Williams slams it in.
Put a little extra on that one, fellas. Nobody's stopping that.
Not when he comes in there with that tomahawk. That's just too much force. Here's McConnell. He dishes it to Covington. Another miss by Philadelphia.
Oh, boy, I tell you what, they don't get much uglier than the quarter he's having.
And yeah, you look at him and look at his face, his expressions. He has definitely lost his confidence.
Rondo with the steal. And here they go. And Carter Williams slams it in.
And that's how you take the steal and turn it into a transition opportunity.
Great defense resulting to immediate points. Head up, and as soon as he gets it, the ball is gone.
Here's Okafor. The putback. And it's Chicago with the rebound. Portis has got 12 rebounds here tonight. Big time effort. Stolen by Henderson. And here we go. Fast break. Henderson's got it. But they'll get another chance. Here's McConnell. 5 on the clock. Can they get it? Rebound by Butler. Butler's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Carter Williams kicks to Butler. Carter Williams against Henderson. The kick outside to Butler. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. Covington. And so he's picked up his final foul. And he will sit for the rest of this game. Justin Anderson, he's checked in for Robert Covington.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one drops. Well, Steve, the NBA has certainly done a lot to curb flagrant fouls or excessive force in various game situations. However, do you feel there will be always that hard foul that will come into play to some extent?
Yeah, I think so. And I think the league has done a nice job of being able to categorize them flagrant 1 or flagrant 2. Really hard sometimes to differentiate between the two, but I think it's the right call.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
And they need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Here's Embiid. Another shot. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
Shooting for Philadelphia, Joel Embiid, taking 2 shots.
The free throw drops for Embiid. And the Bulls making a change here. Wade's checked in. That one falls, so he hits both of them. And here's Rondo. The pass to Lopez. The dish now to Wade. And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. Portis. And Okafor with the block. Here's McConnell. He's covered by Rondo. Embiid kicks to Okafor. Pass to McConnell. The 76ers need to get off a shot, and he gets it to go as they call the foul. He's on his way to the line for one more.
Yeah, outstanding job there of taking the harm and still able to finish.
The free throw drops for Embiid. And here's Rondo. Outside Butler. Clock at 6. Lets it fly. And again, Chicago. No good. The 76ers trail by 16. To the paint. Here's Okafor. Lands soft on the front of the rim and drops. Now Rondo. Pass to Portis. Butler in the corner. And Lopez has it in the corner. Shot clock at 6. He can't get that one to fall. Philadelphia's gone 6 of 14 with the 3-ball tonight. Just a little over 40%. Stolen by Wade. And here we go. The Bulls fast break. Rondo dishes to Butler. And the call will be against Justin Anderson. That will get him his 4th foul of the game. And the 76ers making a change here. Bayless is checked in. On defense, Philadelphia. Here's Rondo. They get it again. A second chance effort. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
And Lopez doing whatever he can to get himself to the line.
Chicago, Robin Lopez at the line for 2.
That free throw good from Lopez. So after making the first, he goes 1 for 2. The 76ers trail by 15. And Rondo sends it back.
What? Nice defense by Rondo there, rising up to block that one.
Chicago's gone 0-3 so far in the 4th quarter from long range. Takes it off the glass.
And an open path to the hoop there. Easy bucket. We've seen that far too many times today.
That explains the gap on the scoreboard. Attacking offense against a defense that's far too relaxed.
Timeout called the 76ers.
Well, after the Bulls said goodbye to Derrick Rose, you knew they were going to be in the market for a point guard. And Rajon Rondo stepped right in, and although not a direct replacement for what Rose brings, still a very strong signing. They could have done a lot worse when it comes to filling in that lead guard role.
And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, during the last break, I heard Brett Brown talking with his team. He is not happy with the turnovers. He said, we have got to get some shots. It's as simple as that, guys. Play smart and value the basketball. We'll see if the message sunk in, Kevin.
All right, David, thanks. And Bayless kicks to Embiid. Moves back up. He takes it up and lays it in. Embiid's got 9 points now in the quarter.
And the second chance points aren't easy to come back. It's all about effort and hard work, and he has today made it look easy.
That's a carryover from the way he played in their last game. All-out energy plays on his way to a huge performance.
And for Rajon Rondo, he showed GA that he was still an elite playmaker in his 1-year stop in Sacramento. He felt that Chicago, now with Dwayne Wade, was the perfect fit for him.
And Rondo wasted no time when he got to Chicago. It was apparently a big part of the recruiting effort that landed the team Wade. I mean, a lot of changes for the Bulls. But overall, you have to say with Rondo and Wade as their new backcourt, they're in a great spot.
Every so often, Robin Lopez will find his groove and become a big factor on offense like tonight.
Picked by Okafor. Here's Henderson. Some solid defense from Butler.
Can't get anything to drop. I mean, the way he's going, it's probably not something he should try and shoot his way out of.
He needs to regroup, catch his breath, and take some high-quality shots.
Now here's Rondo. To the middle. Makes no mistake on the open jump shot. And the Bulls lead by 15.
And tonight's battle is going to end with a very clear winner, leaving nothing to chance. Impressive win for the Bulls.
Look at their number of assists.
You know, they didn't get stuck in those one-on-one situations, and they got the ball to the guys with the best matchups. Easy drives, open jumpers, and great ball movement.
And this will be a big win for them. Lucky win number 13 now in the bag.
And against a conference opponent, always good to take that first win of the season series to establish a psychological edge. And while it's a team game, you can't win without guys showing up. And that was the case tonight for Lopez. You can set a tone with defense, and that's exactly what he did with how he protected the rim.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. McConnell kicks to Embiid. Out to the right wing. Bayless's shot is off. Wade outside. Shoots the three. No good. And so Chicago takes this one, and by a big margin. They came in here and took care of business like they were the home team.
And Kevin, how about the mental toughness that this group showed? They were never rattled at all by the opposing fans.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks a lot, Kevin. Dwayne, you really got on the glass tonight. How did that happen?
Yeah, Coach told me to rebound. I've been trying to rebound lately, so just trying to get down there and help our big guys out.
Well, you helped him in a big way, Dwayne. Thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and Steve Smith, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. And now the award-winning Ernie Johnson will take it from here. We'll see you next time.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Thanks, Kevin. Now we have the opportunity to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Robin Lopez.
Listen, he didn't let him down. He came through with a fantastic performance. That's showing some character at a critical time. This was the game they needed, Ernie. He said, give me the ball and move.
His accuracy, wow. I was blown away by how consistent he was throughout this game. There's a part of you that thinks like, okay, another one and another one. It's going to be another one that goes in, and then you realize, you know what, it's just his night.
That's going to do it for our broadcast tonight. We certainly hope you've enjoyed the show, don't we, guys?
It was great.
Yeah. Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, and for Kevin Harlan and the entire 2K Sports crew. All 653,000 of them.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Hard-working.
A lot of people.
Yeah. The long line at the buffet, though.
Shout out to the T-Pose, man.
Oh,
I don't know his name, but I know his face.
I'm Ernie Johnson. See you next time.